Hi, my name's Ash Craig. Before I get this started, I just gotta get something out of the way. I'm sure some of you are dying to ask me where Pikachu is, and unfortunately I have to report to you there's been a terrible accident. They had to identify him by his dental records, so it was a horrible tragedy. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, my name's Ash. I'm 26, and as you can tell by the blood-curdling screams in the background, I live in Columbus, Ohio. My major is psychology. I've always been a huge psychology nerd. It's a definite passion of mine. The human mind has always fascinated me. And my eventual career goal is to become a licensed mental health counselor. This is my first year at South University. It's like my third class. So far, I'm loving it. I really like the modality. I love the flexibility that online courses give me, especially as someone who works and supports a family. So my experience as a speaker, I definitely do have some experience, although it was a long time ago, back in the Stone Age when I was in high school, so we were a little more concerned with tweaking the bugs in this whole wheel invention thing and not as much on conveying a point to an audience, so might be a little rusty. I did take a couple of advanced acting courses in high school and participated in theater as well. I played a couple different roles, including Death from Death Knocks, that gave me some monologuing experience, which I know that's not public speaking per se, but it's very similar because you're stepping into a character, portraying their motivations and their emotions to an audience and trying to get that across convincingly, get their ideas across in a way that other people can understand them. So for me, that did sort of give me a backbone of experience, if nothing else. I also participated in a debate team. Did pretty well at that apparently because the judges didn't really like me that much and I still won a few, so for what it's worth. And I also took some public speaking courses, although like I said, it was way a long time ago, so if I'm a little bit rusty on it, forgive me. It's been literally several millennia. So so for my future, my 5-year plan honestly doesn't say a whole lot, and that's mainly because I'll probably still be working toward my degree and still in school at that point. In 5 years, I'm planning to be working on my first year of my master's degree, which is necessary to become a licensed mental health counselor in my state. At that point, though, I am hoping to get into some sort of volunteer opportunities, maybe some entry-level jobs at a hospital or a local crisis center or something like that, that a BA will probably open a couple doors for me to get into, just to get some experience under my belt in something related to the field. I think that'll probably help me more as far as getting a job after I graduate and get my license is concerned. At that point, I'll also either be in clinical supervised training or about to begin it, so it's kind of like an internship where you have a supervised licensed counselor sort of behind your back, kind of checking your work, but you are working with clients, you are getting your feet wet in the field, so that's going to be super cool once I get started with it. I'm really excited to get to that point. I am anticipating moving to Chicago from here in the near future. I think that'll probably change a lot of things for me, and in 5 years I'll probably still be living there. As far as helpers and supportive people in my life go, my husband and my family are huge support, moral support, motivation for me to keep going with this. And at South University as well, everyone so far I've encountered has been great, from professors, academic advisors, financial counselors, etc. But at the end of the day, I really believe that it mainly comes down to me and to how much I want to put into this, because that's directly proportionate to how much I'm going to get out of my education. It's the amount of effort that I give. As far as the future goes, though, I just have to say one thing that I've always found to be consistently true. On one hand is, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. I really don't know exactly where I'm going to be for 5 years, because I don't know what's going to fall out of the sky and land on my head. You never do. At the same time, I know that it is on me to do everything I can to achieve my goals and keep consistently putting in that effort to learn more, do more, network more, everything I can do to ultimately get where I want to be in life. In general, I have a fairly consistent personality. Most people that know me say, you know, you're basically the same person you were 10 years ago, just slightly, yet less young and stupid. But as far as, you know, I have a very laid-back attitude. I'm very individualistic. I'm a deep thinker. I've always been that way, and I'll probably continue to be that way after I graduate and until the day I die. I do know that both having more money, better salary, better income, and being in a new location with a little more culture and just a bigger community will probably allow me to develop more hobbies in the future and just kind of get my toes into things. See some art museums, see some science museums, you know, go out, go to concerts, go to shows, do some stuff. Just get out there a little bit more than you can when you're a low-income person in Columbus, Ohio. So I think that that'll definitely expand my mind a little bit. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I know that moving in general will probably be a huge change for me and my family, but overall I think it's going to be a good thing. I love experiencing new things and new places, so I'm definitely up for that. I'm really excited. I also know that in 5 years, you know, my son's going to be a lot older. He's going to be at first grade by then. So whatever he ends up getting into, whether it's sports, dancing, you know, whatever he enjoys, it's probably going to affect what I know and see and do, because I'm going to be right there with him for whatever he wants to explore. This course, for me, ever since I did the first discussion response, I realized that this is actually going to be a pretty huge component to my success in my future career. That's because successful communication with others is a huge component of mental health counseling. It's like the cornerstone of mental health counseling. If you can't communicate with other people to help them shift their perspective, help them see from a different point of view, you're not going to make it as a counselor. So I've got to be able to do this, guys. I hope overall to become a better listener. I want to be someone that talks to you, not someone that talks at you. That's going to be really important for me going forward. And I need to be able to gain the right skills in order to connect with different types of people effectively, really reach my audience, reach the listener. And as far as earning my degree goes, I personally think it's going to be pretty life-altering for me and for my family. Quite frankly, I've had some experience with living in poverty and being a low-income person in a low-income family. And one thing that I know for sure at this point in my life is that education is probably your best bet at getting out of that. So that's why I'm really gung-ho about pursuing my degree and getting to a different place in my life. It's going to offer a better future for me, better future for my son, a lot more security all around. Here's the thing though, that's not the most important part to me. The crucial component for me is that with this career, I can be able to do something meaningful where I can lay my head down in life and say, you know, I did something to make the world a little bit better today. And that's a really big deal to me. I want to be able to help people who need support the most and often tend to get it the least, as they say, be the change you wish to see in the world. I've always wanted to change the lives of others for the better, and I'm hoping that a career in mental health counseling will allow me to do that. So, thanks for my time, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I really appreciate y'all, and if you could just give me a couple of comments, let me know what I need to work on. Let me know what my strengths are, where my weaknesses are. Tell me what you think so far so I can prepare and better my speech for our next assignment. Thank you for listening.